What is up, guys? My name is Matthew, and today we are going to be watching the final episode of The Sopranos. Oh man, I have like a lump in my throat. My heart's beating. I got goosebumps. This show has been such a journey. Before I get into it, I do really want to thank you guys for watching. Obviously, this has probably been the biggest success on my very young channel so far. I love the tiny, tiny, but very passionate community that you guys have formed in the comments. I love talking to you guys. I love when you make your stupid little puns or your quotes or your references. I love it. And I love that you again. I've I'll make fun of you Sopranos fans. I think that you guys are very passionate. Sometimes to a negative, and I'm not talking about you guys in the comments. I'm just talking about Sopranos fans in general. Um, but again, I feel like for the most part, Sopranos fans are really smart fans of TV. You know what I mean? I feel like they love to talk about the little intricacies of their story and the symbolism and all that. And I've loved to speak about you guys with that. I mean, you guys are probably going to drop 30 references or pieces of foreshadowing or this or that about whatever happens in this episode. And I cannot wait for it. I cannot wait for it. Um, Again, this has been a ride. This has been such a good show, and obviously, sneak peek to the final discussion. I'm gonna give you guys my top 10 episodes. I'm gonna give you guys my top 10 characters, and as of right now, I haven't ranked them. I'm gonna rank them after I finish the episode. Take like a little 20-minute break after I finish, and then do my discussion. Um, I might not do them in order because I don't want to be sitting here for hours, and ranking sometimes does take me hours, but I will be doing that. I'm going to rank all the seasons in order. Obviously, I'm going to place Sopranos Season 6 where it ranks compared to all Season 6s of TV I've ever watched. That one, I'm almost positive that it's going to easily be the best Season 6 of any show I've ever watched. That's almost a lock, but I can't remember off the top of my head all Season 6s. So, I don't know yet. But obviously, last episode was one of my top 10, most likely. Bobby and Sil, and again, Melfi didn't die, but I almost feel like I'm almost positive that was the end of Melfi. But what are you gonna do? I may be wrong in that regard. If I'm wrong, I love Melfi, so I want to see more of her. But I think I'm ready. I do one more thing too. I do want to really appreciate Dace for watching for like about the first half of the show with me. I do really appreciate that. I loved your guys' comments and discussions with her as well, so I do appreciate that. Let me give a shout out. My friend Will bought me that for my birthday. The Satrials in the back. Man, this is like a sentimental. Like, you know what I mean? This is almost like I'm going to a funeral, if that makes any sense. I spoke about it at the end of the last episode too, but obviously this is the funeral. I keep talking about it. I still have the Many Saints of Newark, which is going to come out in a couple days. But I know that you guys who tune into my Sopranos videos might not even tune into that one because of how much that's hated. So I can't really blame you for that. But this almost feels like a funeral. I know that obviously in 1 week from now, or technically 8 days from now, if I got my schedule correct, I will be starting the show that replaces The Sopranos. Again, there's a lot of heavy hitters that could have won. Again, I don't know who won. It could have been Mad Men, Boardwalk Empire. It could have been The Shield, Oz. I had a lot of shows on there. So I'm very excited. I hope that most of you guys stick with me and watch the next show with me or any of my future shows. Again, I'd really appreciate if you do subscribe if you like my Sopranos reactions. It really helps me out, and I'd really appreciate it. I think I do want to get in the episode, so again, please like, comment, and finally, if you do enjoy my reactions, you want to see my full-length reactions to all the episodes of the show. It's on my Patreon, and it's $10 a month, and I'd really appreciate it if you went over and checked that out. But I'm hyped. This has been built up for so many years. This controversial ending, this and that. Some people have told me I'm gonna absolutely love it. People have told me I'm absolutely gonna hate it. I know that I'm gonna love this. This show has given me no reason to doubt that this wouldn't be quality. So let's get into it. I think I listened to the opening at about 80% of the episodes, but I don't really talk through them, so I skip them for the most part. But I think for the final episode, I'll watch it with you guys, just for old time's sake. Again, I'm pretty sure I said it in the very beginning of the show, when I had it in my full reactions with Dace. But this is one of the all-time great openings in TV history. It's oddly nostalgic for something that I just started watching a year ago, so Hey, Tone. Final time I'm gonna see you. Question is, no question. When you dying? Middle of the episode? Last scene?
Half an hour, he says. It's a fucking hour and a half already.
He's busy. Enjoy the music.
Don't trust this man.
Just leave it out, all right? I'll heat it up. Well, then don't leave it out. What do you want me to say?
All got a family.
Got a rough enough job with this terrorism shit. I'll let you get home. The reason I called is those two Arabs I turned you on to. Well, I happen to remember my nephew mentioned the bank. Well, they had an account. A branch. The Midner First Merchants Bank.
You just remembered that.
Yeah.
Had to keep a little in my pocket, you know what I mean?
Oh. Now listen. I know you got that friend in the Brooklyn office. Is it possible he knows where Phil Leotardo is? I want to try to avoid any more of my guys getting hurt. Where you going? I just got here.
I'm really late meeting Patrick in the city. Bye. Bye-bye.
Afraid? I wouldn't let anyone out, to be quite honest. They're gonna follow her someone. Track him back to the house. Wait for Tony to arrive.
And this kind of bothers me.
Let me make a friend, dude. A friend.
Kick her out of bed for fudge and cookies.
It is funny.
I know. Nice work.
She's a model.
She's doing some modeling. Right? She's a junior in high school.
What?
She's quitting modeling anyway.
That's kind of crazy, I ain't gonna lie.
Uncle Bobby's funeral is finally
Wah, wah, wah. I don't care. Don't touch me.
gonna be there.
How's that supposed to work? We're all in DEFCON 4, living in separate houses, and we're gonna stand out in the open at a cemetery?
There is always a large FBI presence.
I don't want to get shot. I don't care what low percentage.
Well, Polly, come sit down.
Yeah, I'll sit with the youth. I'm young
No,
enough.
he's looking at the... He's looking at all the people he's about to betray.
Who are you, dear?
Tara Zincon, Bobby's niece.
My condolences.
You dirty dog.
Discussing Dream Girls. You see it?
You people are fucked. Still sit here talking about the fucking Oscars? What rough beast slouches toward Bethlehem to be born?
AJ.
Yates?
The world. Don't you see it? Just let Al-Qaeda escape.
Oh!
In the mountains. Then he has us invade some other country.
Let's join up. Go kill some fucking
Yo.
terrorists.
It's more noble than watching these jack-off fantasies on TV of how we're kicking their ass. It's like... America.
What about it?
I mean, this is still
I
where
don't know if
people...
it's nihilism or realism. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then what do they get? Bling? Come-ons for shit they don't need and can't afford?
Sounds like he's spitting for me.
Trying to say.
He's saying the Framis intersects with the Ramistan approximately at the Paternoster.
Julius, what do I have to do? What do I have to say?
Always know how to bring such levity to a serious
Give me a
situation.
chance. Give me...
Is that the criminal mastermind?
Who does he belong to?
He just showed up during the big storm.
What's the cat representative of?
My customers giving their action to New York. Power vacuum to take advantage.
Oh. Fuck you coming that way for?
My bad, I don't know. We got a secret knock knock or something?
Hello?
It's me.
At least I get his voice. His majestic voice.
No word yet. No one knows where.
Popping back?
That there's no word. It's that there's no progress.
Nobody's taking this lightly, Phil.
He should have been done first.
They thought they'd find them both at the strip joint.
I've heard this already.
But I know you're disappointed, Phil. I can hear it in everything you say.
Fucking A, I'm disappointed.
I'm thinking. I don't know. Maybe...
What? You talking about reaching out?
We can't go back. Are you at...
You put two bullets in. You're.
No.
Then what'd you say it for?
I don't know. I said last episode I could potentially see a chance.
When this is over, we're gonna sit down.
Me and you.
I hope so.
I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
I said I hope.
I don't know. I'm scared. The storm's brewing.
Want pastry?
I need to watch my weight. Need to snag another husband. You're the only one who realized that's a joke.
Yeah,
Totally a joke.
You made about me giving guys head under the boardwalk?
he took it so seriously, Bobby.
Bobby, no!
Well, Robert's already said he wants to go live with his aunt.
What about Sophia?
Nika is my daughter. She's very much into her older sister.
No.
Sophia's out of her mind if she thinks she's getting out of this house.
Is that a joke? Because that one even got by me.
I love this shot, man. Let's almost like film like Mr. Robot or something.
I'd like to give it a shot with Bobby's kids. Bobby would want it. I put in a lot of effort with Sophia. Baking together, I think we actually have a bond.
No.
I had therapy. I'm a good mother. I put Ma and all her warped shit behind me.
Oh, good.
Not that I get any thanks for it.
Okay.
You know, you could form a
Yes, sir.
new nuclear family. You bring Harpo down here. It's a big place.
Harpo changed his name. He's Hal now.
The ultimate disrespect.
Multiple calls traced back to a payphone in Oyster Bay, Long Island.
Damn.
Where's the phone at exactly?
Gas station, most likely.
Gas station.
He's lammed out. He may not be able to put his hands on a clean cell phone.
All right, listen, thanks. Really.
All right.
Stand with nobody near when a trembling distant voice
I don't know, my brother. What is this, a 16-year-old, 17-year-old? I mean, I guess it's okay. Oh, I guess, but I don't know.
This could be a mistake.
I know. We're good friends.
in your nerves is
Sure, man, sure.
the rules.
You're happy
For the
now.
wise men and the fools.
Give me some more space, man. I don't know. Let's take this outside. I don't know. Are we being gassed out? What's going on? Just smoking?
Jealously of them
Holy
that are
shit.
free.
Oh my
Do
God.
what they do just to be nothing more
Go!
than something they summon. Principles baptized to strict party
AJ,
Please.
skies. Criticize, tell nothing.
your life is never gonna be good.
At least my gas tank was practically empty.
Put the hoodie on, dude.
How many fucking times have I told you? It's an SUV. Watch where you park off-road. The catalytic
Oh,
converter.
I did not know that is a thing. I did not know.
I didn't see the leaves.
You can grill fucking steaks on that converter. I told you.
If there was children playing in those
Why
leaves.
would a child be playing under my car?
Did you know?
I was just answering her question.
Dad, he wasn't being
You
funny.
mind your own goddamn business. Unless you want some of this too.
What's the countdown? 20 minutes? 30 minutes? 40 minutes? When you dying?
What was going through your mind?
What do you want from me? I am depressed.
Okay, no.
I'm supposed to go around looking for piles of leaves?
Talk about reincarnation, Olivia, reincarnation of Janice. The next breed is AJ.
You're not getting another one.
Actually, that's good. It'll force me to take the bus.
What?
We have to break our dependence on foreign oil.
Yes, use it. Man, have I never is he Betham Janice himself? Is he morphing into Janice?
Hey, George.
Hey, they're here. They've been patted down, too.
What a sad state of affairs that Paulie's number 2 technically. Oh brother. What's he gonna say?
Anybody want a water?
Man, shut up. Laced waters? No, I'm joking.
We started it. We got a dead Guman in Queens and our old Ukrainian father.
Nah, that's basically nothing.
Moni, my friend, I'm sorry to say, was an insecure guy. And he created a constant tension within his own family which spilled over. Go ahead, Carmine. George was good enough to broker this meeting for us. You're just gonna sit there?
Say something.
Didn't have to be this way.
Astute observation.
Too far. Phil, I don't know. It's changed. You got my word. We'll back off.
My price is you help us get a location on Phil.
I can't go there. Well, you do what you gotta do.
I respect it. I ain't gonna lie, I respect it.
One more thing. You hit my brother-in-law.
So?
This is my sister we're talking about. She's got to see something out of this.
I don't like expect anything different, but I love how it's like you hit my brother-in-law. Oh, you care about him? Nah, man, I just need to make sure my sis gets something. That went okay. Now the question is, double cross? What's the symbolism of the cat? Do I need to look this up? Is this a reincarnation?
Italians will tell you, you can't even put them around the baby. They suck the breath right out.
Well, you're the only baby here, so we're ahead of the game.
You want to be wearing this fucking pelt on your head? I said get rid of him.
Leave him. He's a good guy.
Just the last bit of shred of innocence that Tony's latching on to.
Hi.
Livia.
I'm Jack.
Livia.
Bobby's dead.
Ambassador Hotel.
You're Bobby. Bobby Bacalari. I'm a widow now.
Again, I don't really... It's Janice. I don't know. I do kind of feel sad for Janice, but I don't like feel terribly sad for Janice. But oh my God, Bobby.
I had a meeting down here with Carlo this morning. We're supposed to go see Butch and Dom on a couple of items. Carlo didn't show. And he don't answer his phones, neither.
I'll call you back on a prepaid.
I'm scared, dude. I'm scared of this man.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
That maybe we were had. That this fucking Butch is taking out another ranking guy.
What if he flipped?
Who? Carlo?
Well?
I mean, I guess so, but...
His kid. The imbecile.
Jason.
He got picked up yesterday, Patsy told me. For selling ecstasy.
Man, they're gonna be here in...
Oh my God.
Time no see!
How are you, Mrs. Soprano?
Carmela, what are you talking for the audience? Why are you here, Hunter?
College.
You're being kind. I was kicked out for partying and drunk driving.
What's the symbol... Guys. What's the symbolism of Hunter coming back?
Pinot Gris, Patrick?
No, thanks. Speaking of jokers, where's that other son of yours today?
I didn't think he was invited.
I just thought with all the wedding talk, you know?
No, really. That pal of his, the other Jason. Already ran into some trouble. Carlos Jason.
He's a mess.
All right.
Got no shortage of lawyers here.
I hate these conversations. But I hate them because they're so realistic.
Very impressed with her work at the Poverty Law Center. Even got into starting salaries. He was talking 170.
Jesus, sweetheart.
Jesus, sweetheart. Man, this isn't gonna end well. You keep going. What is it? Who is this the reincarnation of? Bobby?
Hey, he does that. Sometimes most of the day he just stares at Chrissy's picture.
Oh, cats hunt rats? Who's this gonna...
Hey, you see this shit?
There's dust everywhere. Oh, sorry.
Does it all the time, he says.
Oh, yeah?
Look at him staring at that dead kid. Gives me the fucking creeps.
Aww. Is this Chrissy?
Fucking Chinese fire drill over there. Especially now that Carlo's absent. I want you to skip that thing.
Really?
Fucking thing is one big ATM machine. All our construction with New York. Falls right into your kick.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I thought you'd be pleased I didn't hand you a diagnosis of the clap.
With due respect, I'd like to just mull it a little. I'm no spring chicken no more. I don't want to have me dying on you, leaving you worse off than before.
Oh, you with the dead thing. You got the arms and upper body of a 20-year-old.
I gotta work at that. And I had the prostate.
He's evil.
Activity. That's good. I can already see a difference.
Yeah.
Gonna get back at it myself.
Sure, man. Sure.
I'm gonna join the army.
What?
Oh my God, he is Janice, just doing shit.
No, but this week I will. I gotta do it with Rhiannon first.
Rhiannon? What about your mother?
What's the deal?
Her too.
Are you nuts?
Getting permission from her?
You sent to Iraq?
Afghanistan. The army's probably good for my career.
You don't have a career.
Right. My ultimate goal is to qualify for helicopter pilot training. Afterwards, go to work for Trump or somebody.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah. I'm not even going to tell your mother about this. And don't you do nothing until we've had another chance to talk. You hear me?
Yes.
He's going to join the fucking army. I got to be frank. You people got him out of his room. Great. So he can be cannon fodder? On the other hand, I'm thinking maybe he could benefit from the training, the discipline.
When has it ever worked, dude?
Great for him if there wasn't a war going on.
We've had this conversation, but we've had the same conversation 20 times. I'm not saying it's like repetitive. I'm saying like, come on, dude.
He says he wants to get past the hate. Focus it only on the terrorists. I really can't reveal much more.
Right. Even though we're paying.
Pays confidentiality.
My mother was a borderline personality. So what? I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Could you have read that?
Well, I did not have a very happy childhood.
Yo, you're giving your life story now.
There was little love in the house.
He's mentioned your mother very briefly.
Very difficult woman. Undermining. I tried to place her in a retirement community for her own good. She turned on me. Completely. You see, I never could please my mother.
Carmel's like...
Yeah, you said you wanted to be a lawyer for black people.
Oh, that's all I said. Really?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The state can crush the individual.
New Jersey?
The government. Specifically, the federal government.
And what about little babies? In the face of meningitis.
You know what really turned me? Seeing the way Italians are treated. It's like Mom says. And if we can have our rights trampled like that, imagine what it's like for recent arrivals.
Well...
That face!
Dragged away all those times by the FBI, and I'd probably be a boring suburban doctor.
Now they've targeted Tony Soprano because he's Italian. Oh my God.
Bye-bye. Wave bye-bye, Gramps.
Oh, I'm waving bye-bye, Gramps.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Grandpa. Bye. Say bye-bye.
Oh, the devil. The devil's dying.
To meet you at the drugstore. Tell the goddamn pharmacist to call Dr. Iaconis. I should get a 60-day supply of the Plavix.
Pop, 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 pop. Ah! Oh, I just came. I just had an orgasm. Come on, one more for the road. One more for the road. Oh my God. Oh, is it gonna pop his...
Help me, please! Oh God, they're locked in there!
Oh shit! Jesus. That was awesome.
Seen Metro News? No. Good old beat. Phil Leotardo got popped.
Damn. We're gonna win this thing.
And with a military background, I'd have a leg up. And as an Arabic speaker, I'd be really useful.
I don't understand. You're gonna ask the Donald for some time off from your pilot job to go on CIA missions?
Everything's a joke to you.
I'm not having a good time.
Did you or did you not want me to go to military school?
Hypocritical nature of it. When you're younger and you go to military school, it's temporary, but...
You have terrible grades. You flunked out of college.
Here we go. That's all this is about, right?
No, Anthony, that's not what...
I mean, it is realistic, but...
Don't go to college, but don't get your legs blown off.
Always with the drama.
So what does your girlfriend...
Oh my God, he sounds exactly like Livia.
Not that long ago, you talked about owning a club.
Right. You got a problem with that, too?
Better than military.
You're in film school, you say, especially the ones you used to go to the clubs with.
Ugh, who would go to film school?
So I got this screenplay from Danny Baldwin. We met at your cousin's movie. Danny hoped I'd set him up with some financing, and I never read it.
Well, you did now.
But long story short, it's about a private detective that got sucked into the internet through his data port, and he's got to solve some murder.
Where's the like Sharpie notes in the bottom right?
I read it. It's scary.
Point is, I talked to little Carmine, and he's interested in developing it through his company.
He does porn.
Okay, well, I'd rather you be a porn director than you go to the military.
Well, what's this got to do with clubs?
Anything.
Hollywood and gossip columns, the night spots.
And you get some real-world experience under your belt, you come see me, and we will talk about me invested in a club. Run that past Rahuni. See what she says.
Manipulate, leverage.
Somebody's giving grand jury testimony on something.
So Carlo has flipped.
Not like we haven't envisioned this day.
No, it's not.
Look, trials are there to be won.
Jesus. Is this man gonna make it? Is he gonna pull through? So quiet. Obviously, other than the fucking screaming, but it's muffled. My heart. I don't know if I'll keep it on the YouTube cut. You know what I mean? But I've been silent for like 10 minutes. My heart is pounding.
So
I had to drink some water. My throat's closing up.
All due respect.
Oh, the classic.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm gonna pass.
I don't fucking believe this. Why?
Every guy who ran that crew died prematurely.
Oh, come on.
I beat cancer once. You got no idea what that does to you.
Yeah, I know, but Jesus, you got
Richie April, Ralphie M.I.A., Vito, and who knows what the fuck with Carlo and Gigi.
Gigi died taking a shit.
Doesn't mean it's not part of an overall pat.
We know how superstitious this man is.
Well, are you gonna deny yourself life-changing money? A package to leave your niece who has MS? No, it's like your bullshit with the cat. The fucking animal catches mice for us, but you drown it.
I would.
He's not looking at Christopher. A rat died in the wall back there with some shit.
I moved the picture. The fucking thing came to the new spot.
Cats hunt rats? Is that why he's scared? I don't know.
Tell you this. Since he's dead, my gambling luck's done a 180.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
One time at the Bing. Alone to meet Eddie Lind. I saw the Virgin Mary.
Why didn't you say something? Fuck strippers. We could have had a shrine. Sold holy water in gallon jugs. Could have made millions.
I tell you something deep in my heart, and you laugh at all.
Tony, he just signed your death warrant. This man will flip you, dude.
No, you don't want the job, you don't want the job. I can put Patsy in there. She's gonna be part of my family now. Be good.
Prick. You always know what to say to me, don't you?
I'm serious.
I live but to serve you, my liege.
Oh, Tone. What, I keep looking at the clock. I got like less than 10 minutes left or something like that. Oh, Paulie, what are you about to do to this man? What the fuck does it symbolize? Is it just him being a rat?
Hey.
Oh, everything's back to normal. I'm so scared. He's got to die. I'm positive. I've never been more positive about something. Yeah, I'll look stupid. But he will die. The heavens are calling for him. Heavens.
Sir.
Oh my god.
Hello.
Well, you don't recognize me?
We used to play catch.
You don't remember that you shot me? But enough with the fucking birds. I'm Anthony, Johnny's son.
Fuck you want, a boutonniere?
What, just, I don't know, assert the dominance? Just to...
Listen to me. Uncle Pat came to see me. About Janice, about your money.
People keep asking me. I don't know. There's a man from another galaxy that came here.
That's your accountant.
I'm confused.
Any money should go to Bobby Bacala's kids. Now, Janice may not do that, But Bobby was with us. He's a made guy. Wouldn't be right.
Me, I never had kids.
You remember where your stash is? You let Uncle Pat know. Me, as the head of the family, I'll hold on to it as a guardian for Bobby's kids. You remember Bobby?
Sure.
No.
You don't know who I am, do you?
You revel in that?
You remember Johnny? Johnny boy? Your kid brother? This thing of ours.
I was involved with that?
You're my dad.
The scenes with Junior, they're just so to watch.
We did?
Yeah.
Well, that's nice.
An out-of-body experience? He's gotta die! He's got to die! Oh, they're ending this. They're ending this shoot with someone with a gun, walking in. You gonna do it before his family gets here? Oh no! Oh. Am I gonna see him get shot down in front of his family, or am I gonna see his family get shot? Now, you guys know I've been scared of that bloody house visual with Monopoly.
Hey.
I thought that would have meant something like Tony gets shot up in his house and his family finds him, or maybe his family gets hit, but...
What looks good tonight?
Oh, my heart is beating.
Where's the goat?
He just called. He's on his way.
I don't know. Do it before... Do it before the kids get here, please. Who would do it? Paulie? Paulie's the only... Paulie, Butchie? That's his name?
Did you talk to Mink again?
Oh, sorry. Stop this! Oh my god. I can't breathe.
Date, as far as I'm concerned.
This has got to be one of the best scenes building tension I've ever experienced. Mad, don't go. Mad, stop! Mad, stop! Women in my... No! Meadow, please. Let this be the worst park job of your life. Please, Meadow. Yeah, you don't... What dumbass pulls in parallel parking from the... Stop. I can't breathe. Stop, are you gonna shoot me?
It was work today.
All I'm doing is getting coffee and placing English phone calls.
You may not realize it, but you are making contacts.
It's an entry-level job. So buck up.
Oh my god.
Don't be sarcastic.
Isn't that what you said one time? Try and remember the times that were good?
Oh, Tone.
Well, it's true, I guess.
This might be the smartest, the best decision of your life, Med. It's a red herring. I gotta look in the background. Is it in the toilet? Oh no. I can't say anything. The poster boys for Sopranos have arrived. Two unidentified black men? No offense.
I want to shove to the table.
Med, stop! Med! If anything, I want her to go in and see them dead. I don't want... Oh, no! 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 It's... Oh, I want to cry! It's been a couple minutes. It's been about 20 minutes. I just want to preface this by saying this is going to be a long discussion. I don't want to make it too long. Okay, I don't you guys probably wouldn't even watch if it was this long. I have a lot of thoughts on that finale. I have a lot of thoughts on that ending. I have a lot of thoughts in general. The conclusion, I have so many thoughts. Okay, and I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna try to talk about everything. Okay, I didn't write a script or anything. I probably should have, but like I said, it's already been 20 minutes since I finished the episode, and I don't really like to take super long extended breaks because I want everything to just flow off the mind. But obviously, like I do with every season finale or every show finale, I'm just gonna do a couple lists real quick. I think I'm gonna start off the discussion with the lists, so I should have chapters in the YouTube video. If you guys just want to get straight into my thoughts about the ending, what I thought about the ending, or the symbolism, or the anything about that episode I just watched, skip ahead to where I talk about this episode. I'm just gonna real quick do some rankings. So I know that I said in the beginning of the well, I don't know what to start with. I'll start off with the easiest one for me. Season 6 was easily my favorite season of The Sopranos. I don't want to say easily. I do not want to say easily because, sorry. I have a lot of stuff to talk about. I do want to preface this by saying this. This is my lists. Okay, so I'm going to be ranking the orders of the seasons, in my opinion. I'm going to be, telling you my top 10 episodes. I'm going to be telling you my top 10 characters. You know what I mean? I'm going to rank The Sopranos in my all-time favorite shows. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you guys. The Sopranos isn't my #1 favorite show of all time. It's in the top 10. Okay, so there's some shows above it. I'm going to repeat. I've only seen The Sopranos once. I'm sure that you guys, who The Sopranos is your favorite show, you've seen it so many times. I need to rewatch it. I want to rewatch it. Specifically, a sneak peek into my list, I don't have any season 1 episodes of The Sopranos in my top 10. I love season 1. You know what I mean? So, and I'm not saying I forget what happened in season 1, but I mean, you guys have experienced it with TV. You don't remember every single episode you watched. Especially for me, I watched that about 13 months ago. You know what I mean? And I rewatched it once technically for editing, and that's it. So, again, there's slight, I don't want to say discrepancies, but my list will change when I rewatch, and I want to rewatch it pretty goddamn soon. Some stuff's going to change, okay? Again, The Sopranos as a show is going up against other shows that I've watched 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, even 6 times. Okay? It's not going to immediately pass it. You know what I mean? Just for instance, my favorite show of all time is Attack on Titan. Sopranos didn't even sniff Attack on Titan for me. That's no disrespect to The Sopranos. I just want you to understand that. So I don't want any, again, I'm not saying that it's a majority of you or, you know what I mean? But I don't want any 1 or 2 of you stupid idiots to go in the comments, how could you have Sopranos about this show? It's my opinion, okay? I just want to preface that with that, okay? Season 6 was my favorite season of The Sopranos. I said easily. I don't think it's easily. It's right above season 4. And I've said this many times, and I don't want to repeat myself too much during this discussion. Because like I said, it is going to be a long discussion. One of the things I love about The Sopranos, probably the main thing I love about The Sopranos, is that the show is just so consistent. Every single episode of the show. And I know I make a punching bag of In Camelot, but even that episode, it's not a bad episode of TV, it's a great episode of TV. It's just comparative to all the other episodes of The Sopranos, I thought that it was the worst. On my first watch, that could definitely change on a second or third. But what I love about it, it's so consistent that, I repeat, season 4 is my second favorite season, strongly fighting for season 6 for the best. I know that that's a lot of people's worst season. You know what I mean? Again, I'm going to talk about it because I don't know yet, but I'm kind of leaning towards season 5 being my least favorite season. And I know that that's a lot of people's favorite. So that isn't like I'm focusing on, this season was bad, this season was good. No. The entire season is so good that you're picking hairs. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like this particular ranking, it doesn't mean that much. It really doesn't, okay? But I think I have season 6, season 4. Then I think I have season 2. I really liked season 2, just slightly more than season 3. Then I have season 1, then I have season 5. Now, I do want to say, again, I want to rewatch the show very badly. Because, just spoiler, I'm looking at my top 10 episode list right here, and the season that I just said is the worst season of the show has the most episodes in my top 10. It has 3 episodes. The only other season that has multiple is season 3 and season 4. Okay, so well, 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, okay, yeah. Season no, I'm sorry. Am I losing it? No, season 3 has 3 episodes too. Sorry, season 3. Season 3 has 3 episodes as well. Okay, but season 5 is tied for having the most episodes, and I'll just be straight up honest. The 3 episodes of season 5 are considerably better than the 3 episodes for season 3. Okay, so like, I want to give that the standalone, like, the three of my favorite episodes of the show are in season 5. So I need to rewatch it. I'm just saying, right? I'm saying that right now. There's recency bias involved. There's this. There's that. You know what I mean? I need to rewatch the show. So don't take too much stock into those choices. Then I'll move into the episodes. These are not in order. These episodes are not in order. In fact, obviously, I ran through the episode list real quick. I compiled, I believe it was 19 episodes that I thought had a chance to make the top 10, and I slowly whittled it down. Again, this is not locked in place. You know what I mean? I didn't do any rankings, but I will say this: my 10th favorite episode on this list is Pine Barrens. I love Pine Barrens. It could be as low as like 20th. You know what I mean? On a rewatch. That's how strong the episodes in the show are. Amen. Again, maybe it be the memes or the iconicness about it, but Pine Barrens just slipped into my top 10. All the others are not in order, but that one is definitely my 10th favorite on the list. Again, no order. It's so tough. Like, even for instance, this finale, it didn't make my top 10, but it was in the it was like in the top 20. Kennedy and Heidi was in the top 20. I do want to real quick. I have the episode lists right here. I just want to shout out season 1, Isabella, I Dream of Jenny Cusimano. Season 2, D-Girl, Happy Wanderer is an underrated episode. Funhouse didn't make my list. Season 3, I have pretty much. Amor Fu is a great episode, if I recall correctly. No Show is a great episode. The Wait, underrated episode of season 4. I have a lot of season 5s. All Due Respect did not make my list. That is a shout out right there. Ooh, real quick, shout out to what is it? Is it Mr. Ruggeri's? Yeah, Mr. Ruggeri's Neighborhood. Another one of the most underrated episodes of the show for me. The first 3 episodes of season 6, Johnny Cakes, Mo and Joe, Cold Stones, that was great. Soprano Home Movie didn't make my list, and it was a phenomenal episode. Remember When? It's a great episode. Again, maybe a bit of lost bias, but I loved it. I mentioned Kennedy and Heidi. The Second Coming, that strong shout out that almost made the list. And Made in America almost made the list. First of all, I thought it was a great season finale, show finale. I'll obviously get into that, but I loved the episode, and I loved the ending. But the episodes that I'm gonna say, again, no order. University, in my top 10, season 3, episode 6. Long-term parking, obviously, I feel like that's probably the most popular or the most praised episode of the show, just from the bare minimum I've seen. But that'd make my list. Whitecaps, obviously. Whoever did this, obviously. The only season 2 episode to make the list, The Knight in White Satin Armor, that definitely makes my list. The Blue Comet was easily my favorite episode of the season. That definitely makes my list. Employee of the Month, season 3, so good. The Test Stream, I said the minute I watched that episode, that is in contention for my favorite episode of the entire show. I absolutely loved the Test Stream, so that was so great. And then another one. Again, I don't know if I can call an episode underrated because I don't really know the common sentiment among the fan base. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't really gotten into any deep conversations like that with you guys. I hope to do that now that I'm, in the know, so to speak. But I feel like this episode wouldn't make a lot of people's lists, but Unidentified Black Male, season 5, episode 9, that definitely makes my list. And I think I may be mistaken, okay, but I think, up until now, because this episode is definitely going to pass it, but that Unidentified Black Males has my longest discussion. of any episode, which was surprising to me on like looking through like my storage. I was like, really? How did that happen? And then I looked at the episode and I was like, that's how it happened. It's an amazing episode. And then obviously the other episode is Pine Barrens. So really good. Really, 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 really good. Please, I want to say that too. I have all these lists right here. I want to know your guys' list. Who's your top 5 characters? Give me your seasons in order. Give me your top 10 episodes. Okay, I'm sure there's gonna be slight differences for me. I want to see your guys' list. Next, again, the characters list was really tough. I have 8 characters here who are far and away my top 8. Like, there's a pretty large gap between 8 and 9. No order. I could not order. I couldn't order them. I don't want to be here for too long. Like, not only was the episode an hour long, not only is this discussion going to be at bare minimum hour, but if I really sat down and ranked all these things I've been sharing with you, I would have been here for at least another hour. So I don't really want a 4-hour, 3-hour, 5-hour recording session. I got, you know what I mean? So my top 8 characters in no order: Christopher, Melfi, Carmela, Tony, Janice, Ralphie, Richie, and Livia. Still to this day, Livia is my number 1. I cannot wait to rewatch the show just to get my Livia in. Okay, I love Livia. Okay. Second is probably Ralphie. Third and fourth is probably Tony and Carmela. Fifth is probably Richie. Fifth is Janice. No, Melfi. Fifth is Janice. 6th is Melfi. 7 is Richie. 8 is Chris. I've said this for a while now. I just said that Janice was my 5th favorite character. She has the 3rd highest. No. You know what? I'll be honest. I'm a Janice lover. She has my 2nd highest peak. Season 1 and 2 Livia is my top peak of the show. Number 2 is Janice in season 2, and then my 3rd is Ralphie in season 3 and 4. Again, that'd be the. Did I just rank it? Wait, did I just rank it? I just said I wouldn't rank them, and I just subconsciously ranked them to you guys. Okay, well apparently that's my top 8. Next, I have 4 characters here that I want to give the shout out. I cannot choose. Even characters like AJ, like Artie, like Vito. Those are like the outside the honorable mentions. They're like slipping to like a top 15. Okay, I have 4 names here: Bobby, Phil, Silvio, and Paulie. Those 4 are fighting for that 9 and 10 spot. I don't know if I can pick. I think as of right now, I would kind of lean towards Paulie and Phil, with Bobby being my 11 and Silvio being my 12. But I can't choose. Again, I'll have a cliche basic necessities segment in this discussion that just talks about, the dialogue was good, the acting was good, and all that. The characters are good. There is I didn't even mention people like Furio or Med or, you know what I mean? I could literally list 25 elite characters, you know what I mean? And all of those characters that I mentioned, all 14 of those, they will probably make my top 200 characters list. I do have a top 200 characters list. I don't update it that often. I think it's been a long while since I last updated it, but I do add the names that the next time I do edit it should be added, and all 14 of those names will be there. I promise you that. So, again, so many excellent characters in this show. But that's going to be my top 14. Next, I know that I said at the beginning of the episode, before I even started, that season 6 would probably easily walk into being my favorite season 6 of television. And I said that because season 6s are pretty sparse. You know what I mean? There's barely any season 6s in general, and then to be a good season 6 is even harder. But I did forget about one. And I'll get into it, and I know, again, I'm reacting to The Sopranos. There's a lot of Sopranos fans, okay? I know people are gonna disagree with me. That's okay. That's fine. You can disagree with me. You can tell me why you think I'm wrong, okay? But don't be an asshole about it, because I think that Better Call Saul season 6, as of right now, is better. And I want to repeat, I've seen Better Call Saul 6 freaking times, okay? As connected to you guys are to Sopranos, you guys know all the quotes, you guys know all the this, and you know all the that, and then I did that. Hit me with your favorite Sopranos quotes. I'm the same way with Better Call Saul. You know, Better Call Saul is one of the reasons why I got a film degree. So, I'm not telling you which one's better, but I am telling you that I think that, again, 6 watches of Better Call Saul versus 1 watch of Sopranos, I think that I prefer Better Call Saul season 6. In Better Call Saul season 6 has one of my top 3 episodes, bare minimum, of television in general. So, I'm just putting that out there. So, Sopranos is easily my second favorite season 6. Sopranos season 6 is my second favorite season 6 in the history of television. There's a large gap. Like, I would say that Better Call Saul and Sopranos are the only elite season 6s I've ever watched. I do need to at some point I gotta have that conversation. Final list. Okay. Again, sorry for it's taken so long to get into the actual meat and bones of the discussion, but I did need to get the stuff out of the way. I think I said at the beginning of the discussion. I said somewhere throughout the direction. Sopranos is a top 10 show of all time for me. That's guaranteed. Okay. I have 4 shows that. Well, again, I also want to preface this by saying Sopranos is one of those shows that I want to rewatch. I need to rewatch. The symbolism, the dialogue, the jokes, the malapropisms, I still can't say that word. Everything about it, I need to rewatch. Okay, just as you guys have watched it so much and loved it so much, I need to do the same. Okay, and I'm saying that because Sopranos will rise. Okay, I don't think Sopranos is going to be a show that gets worse when I rewatch it. No, it's going to get better. Okay, so if it's a little lower than you would expect, again, I want to repeat, I want to emphasize this. It's going up against shows that I've watched 2 or 3 or 4 times. Okay? I need to rewatch The Sopranos very badly. That's all I'm going to say. So, there's 4 shows that I want to mention that, to be frank, no matter how many times I watch The Sopranos, I don't care if it's 2 more times, I don't care if it's 10 more times. Sopranos will never touch these 4 shows. Okay, so the highest, as of right now, that The Sopranos could ever be for me is my 5th favorite show of all time. Under no circumstance could it be better than Attack on Titan, Lost, Vinland Saga, or Mr. Robot for me, okay? And I know some of you saying, Lost, that's a shitty show. First of all, I hate you. Second of all, it's my favorite genre. I'm a mystery fan. As much as I love this mafia stuff, as much as I don't want to sound like there was like mafia stuff. As much as I love this mafia stuff, okay? Mystery's just my genre, okay? So, again, I think that The Sopranos, all in all, is a better show than Lost. It is not my favorite, okay? Sopranos doesn't even get close to Lost on the scale of favorites for me, so I want to say that. Those 4 shows that I just mentioned, Attack on Titan, Lost, Vinland Saga, Mr. Robot, I could watch The Sopranos 30 times. It'll never sniff those 4, okay? Next, you get into that very interesting conversation, okay? I've got 6 shows here. Better Call Saul, Sopranos, obviously, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, The Leftovers, and The Wire. Those 6 shows are in a dogfight. A dogfight, okay? They're in a dogfight, okay? And real quick, in the midst of that conversation, I'm gonna do another mini conversation because it's something that I've done very much throughout my discussion periods on this channel, comparing Sopranos specifically to Breaking Bad and also to The Wire. And that's the reason I compare those 3 shows so closely, is because growing up, when I really got into TV in 2017, onwards, as the years went by, there were 3 shows that I always heard were the greatest shows of all time. 3 shows that stuck out, 3 shows that were always next to each other in conversation, 3 shows that were deeply connected, Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, and The Wire, okay? And it's something, this I've had such a long and detailed thought over off screen, not in between episodes. I'm talking like for the last couple months, just thinking about what I think here. And obviously, The Wire and Breaking Bad are 5-season shows. The Sopranos is a 6-season show. So I was just thinking, like, looking at them compared seasonally. Again, I don't want to get break down into every little detail, but really thinking about this. I think, again, I've watched Breaking Bad 4 times. I've only watched The Wire and The Sopranos once. Okay? I think that I like The Wire the most out of the 3. And the reason for that is I think that The Wire has the best season 1, the best season 3, and the best season 4 easily. As much as I love both of the other shows, I think that The Wire easily wins in those 3 seasons. I think that Sopranos easily has the best season 2. So that's the easy one for The Sopranos. And then I think that Breaking Bad has the easy best season 5, like no competition for Breaking Bad season 5. So, and then obviously Sopranos season 6 doesn't have any competition to go against, but I repeat, The Sopranos season 6 is my favorite season of the show. So it does bring it up a little, but I think that I like The Wire the most out of those three. But I do think I like The Sopranos more than Breaking Bad. Again, I can very, very clearly say this. I don't have any regrets, or I'm not hesitating. I think that of those two shows, Breaking Bad has the best singular season. I think that season 5 of Breaking Bad is by far the best season in Breaking Bad, and in my opinion, probably by far the best season when compared to The Sopranos. Again, I've watched The Sopranos once. I am sure that on multiple rewatches, I will love the show even more. Okay? So, I don't want anyone whining in the comments. If you disagree with me, give me your opinion. Why do you think that way? Okay, why do you disagree with me? Please, I want to hear your guys' rankings. I want to know your guys' top 10 favorite shows in the comments. Please tell me. I'm very interested in this. But the reason I brought that through, because again, this is going to be a long discussion, and I know I've wanted to make like an exact like Sopranos Breaking Bad comparison and throw The Wire in there, but I don't really want to do that. I sort of wanted to shrink it down into like a 2 or 3 minute discussion. So out of those three, I think it's The Wire, I think it's Sopranos, and then I think it's Breaking Bad. So knock Breaking Bad off for shows that it's better than. Game of Thrones is the next interesting thing that I want to speak about. And again, listen to my reasoning, okay? I like Game of Thrones more than The Sopranos. I want to repeat. It's a favoritism thing, and it's a genre thing. I am a huge fan of Game of Thrones. I'm a huge fan of medieval fantasy, okay? And I think that the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones are the greatest stretch of 4 seasons in the history of TV. That's it. Okay, the rest of the show stinks. The rest of the show sucks. Okay, and call me hypocrite. Like for instance, Dexter. The first 4 seasons of Dexter are so good, but the last 4 seasons completely tear it down from being like a top 15 to like a top 30 show for me. I simply don't have that opinion with Game of Thrones. As in, the last 4 seasons are abysmal, but I don't hold the grudge. I latch onto the first 4 seasons. That's a selfish thing. Again, I've seen Game of Thrones 3 times. So again, it's a 3-time viewing versus a 1-time viewing. But I think that I like Game of Thrones more. I think that it has a much higher peak for me. So, again, now we're getting to the point where the highest Better Call Saul... I'm sorry, the highest that Sopranos can be is number 7. Okay? And as low as 9. Then you're going to compare it up against Better Call Saul. Again, upon the first viewing... Upon the first viewing, I like Better Call Saul more, okay? And then The Leftovers, I like The Leftovers more, I think. But again, I want to repeat, I love watching this. I don't want anyone to think I'm shitting on the show or whatever. Like, no. The Leftovers is mystery genre. Simple as that, okay? The minute you put the word mystery genre into the show, yeah, I'm in. Let's go, okay? So I think as of right now, The Sopranos is my 9th favorite show of all time. But again, I repeat, there's only, of all the shows that I mentioned, I see there being a potential for The Sopranos to pass it on a rewatch or 2. Like that's the reason that I singled out those 4 shows in the beginning. Attack on Titan, Lost, The Villain Saga, Mr. Robot. There's no chance for Sopranos to pass those for me. Okay? But all of the other shows in the list, I think after multiple rewatches, there's a decent chance that Sopranos can pass it. So, as we've learned, I think that as of right now, The Sopranos is my 9th favorite show of all time. On multiple rewatches, it can be as high as 5 currently. Okay, so I think that is very high props. I think that's very high props. That's all the lists I have. I think I'm ready to delve back in. Obviously, I got to talk about that ending, and I think that is. I hope people differentiate this, or at least understand why I'm differentiating this. There is a difference between best final episode and best ending. You know what I mean? I'm talking like the best final scene and then the best episode as a whole. I don't think that Made in America would make my like top 5 or maybe even top 10 favorite final episodes, if that makes sense. But in terms of the final scene, that is probably off the top of my head my third favorite ending in the history of fiction, only behind Mr. Robot and the Leftovers. Okay, that was incredible. What a way to end it. Cut to black. I've got, again, you got to take that as him dying. At least that's the way I take it. Again, the tension in that scene was just so, you know what I mean? Oh, and I'm sure you guys are gonna hit me with the 23 details I missed, or the this, or the that, or again, because that felt very open-ended. Obviously, I'm sure that there's like 30 theories that you know what I mean. I mean, immediately I would get, I don't know, because Butch felt, again, I don't trust Butch or anything like that, but Butch felt genuine a little bit. But even then, I don't know. I mean, while you're at it, take the power. You know what I mean? Like, I don't trust Paulie. I don't trust Paulie at all. I don't want to look it up because I want to look it up on myself. Or I don't want to look it up. I want you guys to inform me in the comments. You know what I mean? Like the cat. What is the cat symbolism? And there's so many symbols and thematic points here and all that, and I pick up on some of them, but you can't get everything. You know what I mean? What does the cat mean? Man. Then different theories are thinking about different stuff that happened. Again, I don't trust Paulie. Paulie's a snake. He's a you know what I mean? Could have been Paulie. Could have been Paulie, man. Oh my god. That scene was had so much tension in it. And I spoke about this a lot in the earlier seasons. Not that it like fell off or anything. I just felt like I had the conversation so many times that I didn't want to speak about it again. But if you guys remember, my favorite feeling that I love to feel when watching television is tension. It's dread. I don't know why. I'm a, you know what I mean? I love the torture. I love the pain. Okay, but that's just how I feel. Nothing is better than just feeling tension, and either it being ripped away or anticlimax or them scaring you or like whatever it happens. You know what I mean? It just, that's what I love. And I'm sure the multiple times I said that throughout the show, you guys are sitting there twiddling your thumbs like, oh, just wait until that final scene, because oh my god, that final scene, man. Oh man. So I don't man. Again, the vibe, not the vibe, what I would assume, you know what I mean, is a Godfather-ish thing where the Italian guy went to the bathroom, got a gun, or at least maybe he didn't get the gun from the bathroom, but he decided that was the best spot to come at it. Again, bell rings, he looks up, black. So again, that to me signifies like gun to the head, immediate death. I would assume it came from the side because he didn't see it, or maybe he did see it. Maybe he was looking up at the gun. I don't know. Again, I'm sure this is one of those things that, you know what I mean? Funny story. I don't know if I've shared this on the channel. I don't know that I have. I think I had. Don't Stop Believing. I knew that was a part of the final scene. Again, so it's actually one of my favorite stories from film school. I was in film school, okay? And you guys can give me your opinions on this professor. He's actually one of the best professors I've ever had, but he did this thing, okay? I walked into class one day, and he went, okay, guys, we're going to be watching the final scene of The Sopranos. And my jaw dropped. I couldn't, that's blasphemous. To people who'd never seen The Sopranos, I couldn't believe it, okay? So I put my head down, and I put, I didn't watch the screen, and I covered my ears. And all I remember is Don't Stop Believing started playing, and I left the room. The minute I heard it, I left the room. Because I did not want to risk getting spoiled at all. And this was maybe like a year or two. This is about 6 months before. No. So 8. It was probably about 8 months before I even started the channel. You know what I mean? So, but even if I didn't even know at that point if I wanted to do YouTube reactions. You know what I mean? But I knew that at some point I was gonna watch The Sopranos, and I did not want to get spoiled. So, but I knew that Don't Stop Believin' was, somewhere involved. Like I said, I didn't even know if it was the final scene or he started off with like the second to last scene. I don't know, but I knew that was involved somehow. But that is an iconic, you know what I mean? Like, this to me feels like one of those endings that's still talked about today, as in not just obviously it's very open ended. Wow, I don't know if it's very open ended. More so that it just doesn't show you what it's gonna happen. If that makes any sense. I have praised The Sopranos over the years so much. Over the years. Like I'm some Sopranos vet. Okay. I have praised The Sopranos over the months that I've watched this show. For it being not a show about what happens, but what happens after, if that makes sense. There's been so many times in the show where an entire episode just builds toward one conflict or whatever, and then the last scene just, says like, okay, well, the problem's resolved. It happened off screen. You know what I mean? Like this show has never been one that relies on needing the big action moment or the big set piece or, no. It's a talking show. It's a feeling show. It's a symbolic show. It's a thematic show. I feel like a lot of people. I've talked about this on the channel before about watching The Sopranos. I've had friends who've just not watched The Sopranos. Like they've tried to watch it and they said it's boring. And as blasphemous as that is to me, and I'm sure it's blasphemous for you guys, a part of me almost understands. Like, yeah, I kind of get that. As in, like, sometimes Sopranos episodes are about random stuff. Sometimes it's about Artie striking a deal, or you know what I mean, Melfi getting therapy. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's weird or random, and some people don't really like that. They don't like how many good characters are on the show and it jumps around so much. Some people don't like to. I'm not calling people stupid, but some people don't like to think. Some people don't like to theorize. Some people don't like to look at symbolism or anything like that, and that's fine. It's absolutely fine. Again, in that way, I'm not dissing any show. I'm not disrespecting any fan. I love Breaking Bad, okay? As I just said, I think Breaking Bad's probably my 10th favorite show, and The Sopranos is my 9th favorite show, as of right now. I think that Breaking Bad is a simpler show. You know what I mean? I think that Breaking Bad is a more entertaining show, but more simple. And if someone prefers that to The Sopranos, I have no problem with that. I'm sure you guys do, because you guys are a little obsessed with The Sopranos. But I personally don't have a problem with that at all. You like what you like. So that's one of my main takeaways. It's just I love the fact that it just cuts. It just boom. You know what I mean? Because another thing too. Again, he dies. I'm telling you, he dies. Again, throughout the entirety of the show, the symbolism, the foreshadowing, the thematic perspective of him dying, of him not protecting his family, of him leaving his family in a worse spot, of him, of him being a bad father or whatever, of him being a poor leader, or whatever it is. I feel like that is the ending that is fitting, if that makes any sense. But also, you think about, is the family okay? You know what I mean? Like in a scenario in which it actually just did happen like that, is it just one pop to Tony and we're out, or is it like a sort of situation? You know what I mean? I don't know. That's a ballsy way to end it, and I love when writers have the balls to do something like that. You know what I mean? It just, I love that. Okay? Again, I repeat, like, Made in America, a great episode. Like, a great episode. Probably my top 20, 25, like I said. But I can, like, off the top of my head, I can list like 6 or 7 finales of other shows that I liked as a whole, as an episode more. But just the final ending. Perfect example. I just said that The Wire, in my opinion, on first watch, was a better show. Not a better show. I liked it more. I don't want to. I misspoke. I like it more. I'm not saying it's better. I like it more. And I think that the finale of The Wire is considerably a better episode than The Sopranos' final episode. But in terms of like the final shot, the final scene, the iconicness of that, Sopranos blows The Wire out the water. That scene is so incredible. Again, is there any other details I missed? Like, this is something, like, has this been brewing in the background? Has this been, like, this, you know, that death, you know, again, I'm thinking, the only people I can even think of would be Paulie or Butch. You know what I mean? And, like, who else would even have a motive to do it? Like, well, Patsy. Patsy. Again, something like that. Patsy, to me, didn't feel any, like, significant, more importance than usual. You know what I mean? Other than these last, like, 2 episodes with the dating, but even then, like, I didn't see him do anything in particular. Is there something I missed? Like, was Patsy secretly the master manipulator behind all this, or you know what I mean? Or is this just like a, again, the again, that Italian looking guy, I would assume is the main culprit. Is it just like some random guy trying to make a name for himself? You know what I mean? You think about the Tony Robbin, the Feach Lamana game, you know what I mean, to make a name. You know, is it just that? Is it just, hey, you know, I popped Tony Soprano, man, you gonna give me something to do, something to work, a position? Is it something like that? I don't know. That's the beauty of it. I don't know. And I'm sure there was some very popular, very strong theories about exactly what happens. But I'm interested to see your guys' take on it. I really am. That was incredible. That was an incredible ending. And again, a fitting end. You know what I mean? Because something like that, Tony Soprano made his bed. The entire show, whether it's his life, it's the mob, his family, or whatever, he made it. Okay, so again, with the Kennedy and Heidi stuff, like, you guys, like, I just, oh my god, that episode, one of the most infuriating, like, not bad, infuriating, like thank you for making me feel that way, because oh my god, I was so infuriated with Tony, and I would have been okay with that if the worst thing possible happened to him. You know what I mean? Whether he got slaughtered in front of his family, or his family also got slaughtered, I don't care, because I just want to see him suffer because of that, his mindset and the vitriol and that everything in that episode. But I think that, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I think that I'm trying to think, like, with the Tony stuff, like, would it really just be as simple as someone just going in there and popping him, or like, would the family also be involved? Because again, there's probably not thousands, there's like hundreds of details of like foreshadowing of this or that, or symbolism of that. The only thing that I really, like, you know, perked up on, that really just kind of irked me or surprised me or left me shaken, was like the bloody Monopoly house on his cheek in Soprano Home Movies. You know what I mean? Like, that to me felt like a, whoa, shit, are we potentially floating that idea of the entire family dying? Or is that symbolism just as simple as the house being dirty, or the house, you know, being paid with blood money, or you know what I mean? Is it as simple as that, or is it actually like, yeah, maybe everyone just dies? You know what I mean? Is it as crazy as that? I don't know. I think I'm gonna move on from that. Again, I think I've been talking about the finale for like 15 minutes or something like that. I do want to talk about a lot of stuff here, so I don't want to spend too long on it. Please, guys, let me know in the comments. Fill me in. What do you guys think? Let me know. Did I miss anything? Did I do this? Let me know in the comments, okay? The next thing I guess I'll speak about, because, you know, I do tend to do it for season finales, and this was the season finale. Even though it was a series finale, it was also a season finale. Yeah, I thought that season 6 was phenomenal. I thought that the Vito storyline in the first half was excellent. Like, really excellent. And I would even argue, I've said this many times, The Sopranos is not really a show that has like a lot of long, like, entire season story arcs. Again, it has like you know what I mean, like season 2 has Richie, season 5 has Blondetto, like, you know what I mean? It has like characters that like are involved in everything, but in terms of like a one singular storyline, it doesn't really stretch that long. Obviously, the longest storyline of the entire show from what I can recall, is the Adriana stuff that happened for almost 2 full seasons, if I recall. Like happened early season 4 and ended late season 5. And I loved that storyline, and especially obviously I loved that the final note to it. But I think pound for pound, my favorite long-term storyline of the entire show was the Vito stuff. I thought it was very poignant. I thought that, again, it got me emotional at points. And again, this is not a negative. This is not like, some shows just make you emotional. Some shows just make you want to cry. So that's just how it works. Some shows are like that. Sopranos for me was not on that. You know what I mean? Same with Breaking Bad. Even, again, the Wire got me more emotional than the others. But even still, I wouldn't say that The Wire was like the most emotional thing I ever watched. Like, I'm talking like Attack on Titan, Lost, Vinland Saga, The Leftovers. That when I think of emotional shows, I think of those. Even something like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, as much as I love Game of Thrones, they didn't make me emotional that often. In terms of like crying, like I felt emotion, or I felt anger, I felt sadness. But like I'm trying to like bawl my eyes out crying. But the Vito storyline had a little bit of that with the with his kids, and then even again I want to shout out. It would have probably made my top 15 episodes. Season 6, episode 19, The Second Coming. Sorry, I'm probably gonna lose my voice by the end of this. Being quite honest. But The Second Coming was a phenomenal episode, and that's the episode that made me tear up the most. It was really good. That was really good, man. I want someone. There's got to be a compilation of like all of the. Tony died. I'm saying Tony died. There's got to be a compilation of like every little bit of piece of foreshadowing or symbolism or anything like that maybe even floats or suggests that Paulie made it out. Paulie made it out alive. I know I've been saying it for a while how I've just wanted him to die, and I know you guys are laughing at me like, oh, he makes it. Like, I should have predicted that this cockroach would have made it. I should have known. You can't stomp on a cockroach. You can't light a cockroach on fire. He's just gonna keep persisting. He's gonna snake off or rat off of anything possible, man. And again, I am interested if he had anything to do with it. Obviously, you know, he was filmed very ominously the entire episode, but I don't know. Is the motive just I've been disrespected this entire time? Now that there's no one else, I get the raise. Man, fuck you. Is that it, or I don't know. I do not know. It's interesting. I'm not blanking here. Right? Again, Tony's the only. Oh, Phil. Oh, well, let me talk about Phil for a minute, because obviously he was the main antagonist for the final season and a half. I'm not saying the season and a half isn't like season 6. I'm saying into season 5 a little bit. You know, he's the main antagonist for quite a while, and I really liked him. Like I said, he's anywhere from like my 8th favorite character. I'm sorry, my 9th favorite character to my 12th favorite character. Did I say 14 earlier? That was kind of stupid of me. He's anywhere from my 9th to 12th favorite character, depending on. Again, I got to sit down and really think about it. He's probably my least favorite antagonist of the show, but again, when you're talking about a show like The Sopranos, least favorite means like elite of the generation. You know what I mean? It means like just about 99.9999999% of shows can't even hang with what you're doing. You know what I mean? So if you plop Phil into any other show, and he would be like a 10 out of 10 villain. I loved him. I thought that he was a. How do I make this? Ralphie and Richie, or the two closest antagonists to him in the show. Obviously, Livia was the main antagonist. Livia and Junior main antagonists of season 1. But they're not really in the same vein or the same tier or the same genre of villain, if that makes sense. I feel like Richie and Ralphie are a lot closer to what Phil is. But the detail I love about Phil is that really, like, he felt so vindictive and so purely filled with revenge. You know what I mean? Like, Richie and Ralphie at least were like kind of money oriented, or you know what I mean? And they had much better like chemistry with Tony, like one-to-one dialogue wise, and they obviously, I feel like they had a lot more scenes talking than Phil does with Tony. But something about Phil's just pure rage, pure vitriol, pure hatred and revenge and pettiness was unmatched in the show, and I really liked it. And as I said, I feel like I said this 2 episodes ago after the second coming, because I think that's the episode in which he's up in his tower. Out of well, I liked, Phil was cool in season 5. He had a couple moments where I was like, oh my god, he's horrible, he's horrific. And then season 6A happened, and you're like, okay, yeah, I get him. 6B, he turned it up when he locked back in. Like, he hit his peak for me. He really did. I absolutely loved it. So I do got a shout out there. Again, I don't really. I see I'm like 45 minutes into the discussion. I don't know how long I want the discussion to go for, and I don't know if I want to touch on every character. Like, for instance, I love Artie. I mentioned Artie is like, he'd be like a top 15 character for me. I don't know. I'm not gonna go into like a 20-minute Artie analysis. No offense to Artie fans. Okay, we got any Artie fans in the chat? Okay, I love Artie. I thought that it was great, but I feel like I spoke a lot about Artie the last time I saw him, this last final episode. And again, I repeat, one of the many compliments I give the show. I don't even know if it's a compliment per se. It's just a quirk of the show that I think is very well done. Is that any singular episode, in my opinion, could be the finale of a character. You know what I mean? Like, just for instance, Soprano home movies. Okay, great Bobby episode, an excellent Bobby episode. I don't really think you need Bobby. Like, Bobby doesn't really do anything other than die for the rest of the season. Soprano home movies could have very well been the last time I saw Bobby, and I wouldn't be like throwing a hissy fit. Like, obviously it's Bobby. I want to see more Bobby, but they have the Chase has a way of just making each interaction or each storyline or each character arc with a singular episode so meaningful and so impactful. Remember when I thought that could have genuinely been the last time I see Junior, and obviously I did see him in Blue Comet and Made in America, right? I saw him in Blue Comet. That when Janice visits him in what? Yeah, I forget. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really like to watch back-to-back episodes, but I did watch back-to-back episodes. I watched I watched Blue Comet and I watched Blue Comet, took an hour break, and then went to Made in America. So that one aspect, that one Junior Janice scene is blending together a little bit. But what are you gonna do? But you know what I mean. After we remember when I could have seen a world in which I never see Junior again. I thought that it was very fitting, very excellent ending for his character. But I saw him a couple more times, and I thought those scenes were excellent. You know what I mean? So going into specifics about Made in America again, I repeat it probably make my top 25 episodes. I didn't think it was, it didn't make my top 10, and I don't really, like, I'm not angry at myself for not making my top 10. Like, I'm not beating myself over it, because it was a good episode. It was a great episode. It was very slow and deliberate and gloomy, and like I said, it's the final episode of a show. I'm on edge. Like, I'm locked in. I'm always, and I'm not necessarily saying I'm expecting the worst, but I'm expecting something big to happen. You know what I mean? So my heart was beating the entire time. So I don't know if that's just a me thing, or what I actually think is. I think the episode did a very good job of just building tension. Something's gonna break. Something's gonna snap. And you don't really expect it to happen in the very, 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 very final scene of the show, but what are you gonna do? I do need to be honest. I need to take a water break here. I've been talking for like 50 minutes straight, and it's getting to me. So I'm just trying to. Yeah, this is the. Obviously, I'm gonna have to watch the Many Saints of Newark. It's like a chore, to be quite honest. I'm gonna watch that next week, probably. From the time I'm filming this, it's already gonna be up on Patreon, obviously, by the time you watch this on YouTube. But when I watch the Many Saints of Newark, I'm not gonna use that as like okay, let's talk about season 4 of The Sopranos. No, I'm just gonna talk about the movie in that regard, and I'm gonna probably shit on it, like all you guys did. But I don't want to miss my chance talking about anything in particular here. I kind of like, I can't really ask you. It's not a live stream, but do I want to look up like the top 10 pieces of foreshadowing in The Sopranos? Maybe I do that. I don't know if this is something common that people do. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to do this. I don't know. I don't think I will. I kind of want. I'm gonna save it. I want you guys to tell me. I want my first experiences of the foreshadowing to be through you guys. And again, it's gonna be like 4 months until you guys see this video on YouTube. But I'm not going to actively search. Like if I run into something Sopranos that's like, hey, you know, this foreshadows this, I'll read it, but I'm not gonna seek it out. I want to experience it with you guys, if that makes any sense. Going to Tony, you know this would have to happen. Tony is one of the all-time great protagonists. That's actually something I can, again, maybe I should in that list. But in terms of well, I got my top 10 shows right here. So you know, let me look at my top 10 shows. I think that Aaron Yeager is again, I'm not saying better. Like I'm gonna do another quick comparison between characters. I don't want anyone to think I'm saying which one's better or which one's this. I'm going to say which one I prefer. I prefer Aaron Yeager. Okay, I prefer Tony Soprano to Jack Shepherd. So this is the Field and this is Sopranos over here. Thorfinn from Vinland Saga, better protagonist. Elliot from Mr. Robot, better protagonist. I'm saying better for me as in favorite. I slipped up again. I don't want anyone to think. So Better Call Saul. I like Jimmy Moore. Beats Game of Thrones. Soprano versus Walter White, obviously from Breaking Bad. That is an interesting one as well. I think really quickly, again, I'm not bogging myself down in a whole discussion, but again, Breaking Bad 4 watches versus Sopranos 1. I think I'm going Tony Soprano. I'm going Tony Soprano over Walter White. Again, it beats The Wire. Beats The Wire. McNulty ain't even a top 7 character in the show. No disrespect. I love McNulty, but you know, Soprano blows him out the water. Then The Leftovers. I gotta go with Kevin. I think I gotta go with Kevin, but nah, that's a tough one though. That one, you know, I'll say it's a wash. Okay, so it's about 5-4. So Tony Soprano is without a doubt making my top. And again, I don't have the list in front of me. Like, so this is a very I'll say top 50. He could very well be top 20. You know what I mean? I just don't know the list that well right off the top of my head, so I'm just being safe with the pick. So he's 100% top 50, which would mean Livia and Ralphie are also top 50. Carmela is top 50. Carmela is easily going to end up being one of my favorite female characters in the history of fiction. Carmela to me, I'm sorry, I will get back to Tony Soprano. I feel like I brought up Tony Soprano and then just immediately talked about other characters. I do apologize about that. But Carmela to me is one of the best written female characters because she, again, I'm not talking about like woke stuff or anything like that, but I think that in today's society, there's a genuine fear to write realistic female characters because of backlash. You know what I mean? It almost feels like, you know, today with writing, like people are afraid to showcase women in a bad light. They're afraid to showcase women who make poor decisions or make evil decisions or, you know, mess up or, you know, whatever, have hypocritical opinions. That's why Carmela to me is one of the best written female characters of all time because she is a hypocrite. I've talked about Carmela so much in this channel. You know what I mean? So it's not like coming out of nowhere. And this is my final discussion. As much as I would love to talk about everyone for 20 minutes, I just can't. So I'm not going into like a 30-minute, you know, Carmela analysis. But she is not like some goody two-shoes hero or anything like that. She's not a villain. You know what I mean? She makes a lot of good decisions. She makes some bad decisions. She, like I said, is hypocritical. She is, I would almost say, disrespectful towards her own religion. She goes back on her word. She is manipulative. But wrap that in a ball, and that's why I love her. You know what I mean? And it's the same way I love Tony Soprano. Now, it's a little harsher with Tony Soprano because the reason I love Tony Soprano is the fact that I hate Tony Soprano. But then he makes me love him again, and I hate him for it. He's like the devil. He's like, the minute he talks to you, he gets you. The minute he starts whispering in your ear, I just go, oh, I feel bad for him. He's a grifter. He's a baby. He's a whiner. He's a blamer. He's everything. He's everything. He's an all-time protagonist, man. All time. Trying to think. you know, again, top 50 was a safe bet. He's probably closer to top 30. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want anyone to misunderstand. He's up there. Okay, I absolutely love him so much. Yeah, I do want to mention this, and again, I'm gonna get back on all the characters. I hope to do this one day, and again, there's a lot of episodes of The Sopranos, so this wouldn't probably be for like a year, maybe even 2 years after I finish the show. And I do want to watch the show a couple more times. But at some point in my channel, I do want to dabble into like video essays. I do want to do like ranking episodes. You know, specifically YouTuber like Glidus, who's ranked every episode of Game of Thrones, and you know what I mean, giving his opinion, the order. I would love to do that with The Sopranos one day. So if you're ever watching this video 1 year down the line, 3 years down the line, 5 years down the line, and you hear me say this, look at my channel. I might have done a ranking video of all the episodes of Sopranos, because I'm so interested in doing that. I feel like that'd be such a journey, such a trip, if that makes any sense. Oh my god, man, that'd be so good. I know I said at the end of last episode that I would probably talk about the Blue Comet a little bit more after I finish the finale. Again, I'm not going to go into any details. Like, I don't know if this is a bad discussion, or like this is classified as a bad discussion. I don't want to go into details about every little single bit of the show. I feel like I did that while the episode was airing. I feel like I did that, you know, after I finished the episode. But the Blue Comet was so good. It was so good. Wow, man. So Silvio, again, he's in a coma. He's not making it out. You know what I mean? So that was the send off, in my opinion. Rip a homie. Just when they thought, no, stop. You know, something else that I do want to compliment the show on, and it's something I talked a lot about in season 2 and 3. But obviously, the first season was so Livia heavy. I would be so interested to see what the exact plan with Livia was, because it really felt like she was like Tony was the main character, but it felt like she was the second most important character, or at least tied with Carmela, because she was so fantastic. Again, still my favorite character. I would love to know if they had any original plans, or Chase's had, you know, come out and said like, hey, we're gonna do this or that, before Nancy Marchand, I believe the actress's name is, passed away. But dude, the first season was so heavily dependent on her that, you know, the second season, where she was very inconsistent because of the health issues, and then obviously she didn't make it to season 3. It takes a lot to pivot like that. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of shows would, you know what I mean, falter or become worse shows, become bad, you know, not just worse, but become bad shows when they have to lose such a major aspect of their first season like that. But this show recovered perfectly, and not only that, but like, it's something that I immediately complimented the show for when I, you know, preferred season 2 to season 1 was, you know, season 2 had a lot less of my favorite character, but it also introduced one of my other favorite characters, Richie. But like, it takes a lot of skill in writing, like, you know what I mean, to improve the quality of something while getting rid of better characters, and that's, you know, that's the vibe I got. Obviously, the pussy storyline that season was very well done, but like, you know what I mean? Like, how do I say this? Like, for instance, imagine the show, but after season 3, Chris's actor leaves. You know what I mean? I'm sure that the show could have been so good, you know what I mean, whatever way they decide to pivot, but at the same time, like, it's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine, you know, the last 3 seasons without Chris. So imagine an alternate reality where, you know, you get like 5 seasons of Livia, and you know what I mean, those people who watched that show couldn't fathom Livia not being there. So it takes a lot of strength, a lot of quality to be able to pivot so seamlessly, to focus the show on other objects, or do some of the messages or thematic details they wanted to do with Livia post the death, you know, whether just through the therapy scenes, the inner thoughts, whatever it may be. So, props. The acting on the show, and that's actually something that I do want to look up real quick. All Sopranos. I cannot type right now. I am so sorry. Emmy wins. This I do want to see. 21 nominations. 2001 drama. Is this? Yeah, this is Emmy. No, that's American Film Institute. Where's the Emmys at? Oh, I pulled up all of the awards. Emmys? Is it Emmys? Yeah, primetime Emmys. Okay, so sorry for the wait. Edie Falco, lead actress. Writing Gandolfini win, well deserved. Gandolfini win, Falco win. Wow. Lorraine Bracco was nominated. Oh my God, she's in Goodfellas. I might have watched that on the channel by now. I hopefully did. I'm sorry for it taking so long. But Lorraine Bracco's nominated for lead actress. I don't know if I agree with that. To be quite honest, and I don't know what the I don't know what the lead technically means in Emmys because I always see like differences. But like I would even argue that Edie Falco isn't a lead actress. I would say that Gandolfini is by far the lead actor of the show. But you know what are you gonna do? Man, Gandolfini sweeping, Edie Falco sweeping. Wow, Pantoliano, very well deserved. One drama series, Imperioli. You're damn right. Andrea De Matteo. That's gonna be season 5, I would assume. Very well deserved. Drama series, Sopranos. Directing, writing, casting. Okay. Oh, still going. Okay, that looks like it's all the wins. Very well deserved. That is, I know that this show like really did a good. I'd heard about that. That Sopranos was always one of the most well received when it comes to critical awards, and it's so well deserved. You know what I mean? From what I remember, I think Sopranos and West Wing like dominated this era when it came to awards. So well deserved. Some of the absolute best acting I have ever seen in television. I immediately think of Imperioli and De Matteo in Long Term Parking. That was probably some of the best acting. Again, the argument scenes, the Tony and Carmela fights, specifically in season 4, specifically in Whitecaps. Another one of the absolute peaks of the show. Lorraine Bracco and her scenes with Tony in therapy. Oh my God, what an actress. Everything about this show was just perfect. The casting was perfect. A notion or an idea that I think is very overused in today's society, talking about certain actors or anything like that, is the idea of like, man, blank was born for the role, or man, blank was the only actor who could have physically done this role. You know what I mean? Like, no disrespect. I'm gonna just single out one thing. This is no disrespect. The Walking Dead, I feel like, is a great show. You know what I mean? I think it's a great show. Again, it's not on the level of Sopranos or anything close to it, but it's a great show. The main character of that show, Rick Grimes, played by Andrew Lincoln, is an amazing character, played by a phenomenal actor. But that being said, like, I don't think that Andrew Lincoln is the only character that could have physically played Rick Grimes. You know what I mean? You could even say that Andrew Lincoln could have been the best, but someone else could have given a performance almost to that level. You know what I mean? I can physically picture someone else being in that role. Again, not that he wasn't fantastic, because he performed a 10 out of 10 job, okay? But I could see other people doing it. This show, to me, didn't have that problem. And it's not a problem. Again, no disrespect towards The Walking Dead. But, like, I physically can't see Gandolfini not playing. I physically cannot see Edie Falco not playing Carmela. You know what I mean? And there's certain roles in the show, like, as much as I love Jamie Lynn Sigler, or even Robert Eiler, who I think both of those two are very underrated from just the general vibe. I didn't look up any spoilers, or I didn't like to be involved in any of the community anythings. But I didn't really see them get like super praised for their acting. Those two were amazing, but at the same time, I physically could see other actors doing it. You know what I mean? And again, the standout Siegler's season 4 episode 2 argument with Tony, her best scene of the show, and then I would say that Eiler's best scene of the show is him crying outside the pool in season 6 episode 19. I thought that, again, some of the best acting I've seen in TV, but I could see them doing something. But again, like the Tony and Carmela stuff, really, more than anyone else, I can't fathom anyone else being in that role. So I'm going to be honest, I've been talking for an hour and 5 minutes. I am going to take a 10-minute break. Obviously, it's going to immediately cut to me continue talking, but I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had like a 5-minute coughing fit. I had been talking for so long in a row. I was talking something about Meadow and AJ. I think I just focused on their two best scenes. First of all, obviously the show is called The Sopranos, and I've talked about relentlessly how much I love Tony and how much I love Carmela and how much I hate Tony, how much I hate Carmela, and the ups and downs of them as people, as parents, as this, as that. But like, I love Meadow and AJ too. And, obviously they didn't make my top 10 characters. Like, I'm not saying like, man, I want a 7-season Meadow show. I want 19 seasons of AJ living his life. Like, I'm sure it would be great, but like those two characters as children, or young adults, they're the perfect supporting characters. I'm not talking about like just like the 5th most important character, the 7th most. I'm not talking like that. I'm talking supporting to Tony and to Carmela. I think that they are excellent. You know what I mean? Especially AJ, just because he was younger and he was more immature and he was in a lot more of the show, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Meadow is a much more like innocent, calming figure, if that makes any sense, who, sort of took a step away from the day-to-day life of the family, so that, we got a lot more AJ. But I feel like his little final arc there, again, first of all, without a doubt, the 6B, the final part of the show, felt very heavily focused on AJ. And I think, to me, it was the perfect... I use the word microcosm too much, but it's just perfectly showcasing Tony and Carmela. You know what I mean? Their son is genuinely depressed, genuinely, has suicidal thoughts, is doing this, is doing that, and you know what I mean? What happens? Tony, after 6 seasons of therapy, immediately shuts it down. The minute he sees his kid crying, he punches him, he pulls him, he pushes him, he yells at him, man up, stuff like that, like immediately shutting him down. You know what I mean? And then I find it funny. I think that this showcased a lot in Carmela specifically. I made fun of Carmela for this, in the sense of Carmela will lash out and will, you know what I mean, will rightfully see problems in her marriage, or problems in the relationship, or problems in how she raises her kids, and want to change and want to get out and want to atone, or this or that. And then what does Tony do? He just, you know what I mean, hands over a necklace or a watch or a jewelry or something like that, and she's back on. You know what I mean? And she's on the ride fully until it almost feels like the monster hasn't been fed enough, if that makes any sense. To then turn around and essentially just do the same thing to AJ. You know what I mean? AJ going through a horrific time, is depressed, is this, is that, finds something to look forward to have meaning. And again, I'm not turning this into like an army, statement. I don't really have that good of feelings about the army or the American, army or anything like that. I don't think that. I'm not gonna get into it, but you know what I mean. AJ feels like he finally has something to do, and then what happens? I'll give you a job. You know what I mean. I'll give you this. I'll give you that, and okay, we're back on. Like I feel like that is just so, again, horrifically normal, if that makes any sense. Uncomfortably normal. Uncomfortably real is a something I trademarked during my Sopranos reactions. It's just so Tony and Carmela. You know what I mean? Just come on. Come on now. And then with the Meadow stuff, I've said this for the entirety of the season. You know what I mean? And again, repetitive this, repetitive that. I don't give two shits. This is the last episode, so I'll say it for the final time. Obviously, Meadow had significantly less screen time the last 3 seasons. I would say season 4, episode 2 marked the last episode where I really thought she was like a main, active, recurring character, and more so like she almost felt like a special guest for the rest of the show, if that makes any sense. but I really liked her as well. And I especially loved her dynamic with Carmela. Um, I really did. You know, obviously the masculine father figure. It's not a stereotype. It seems like it's actually pretty true. But they always have that soft sort of special connection with the daughter. So, um, there wasn't a lot of conflict between Tony and Meadow. Obviously, season 4, episode 2 was amazing, the best Meadow scene of the show. But most of the conflict was related towards Meadow and Carmela between them, and it was almost like a constant cycle of like almost jealousy or looking down upon the other, and I really like that aspect. Again, I do wish there was more of that in the final couple seasons, but this is one of those shows like a Breaking Bad, like Attack on Titan. I feel like those shows are, again, no show is perfect. You can always improve upon something. You can always say, well, this scene should be removed for this scene, or that scene should have had another minute of dialogue. You can always do that. So there's no such thing as an absolutely perfect show. But I feel like shows like, again, like I said, Attack on Titan, Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, shows like that, they're close enough to perfect to where you can't get that angry. I've made this reference multiple times. With someone like Meadow, I didn't get as many Meadow scenes as I wanted to, but I got, you know what I mean? I got Phil, or I got Bobby, or I got, Paulie scenes, and like, I can't complain. I cannot complain at all. You replace something that's good with something that's good. So yeah, I'm kind of sad that good's gone, but I still got good. So I don't really have a problem with it. I'm trying to think about what I want to talk about, because again, I'm not saying I haven't run out of things to talk about. I just don't know what I want to talk about. You know what I mean? I guess I'll talk about Junior for a minute, because obviously his arc was really hard to look at, to be quite honest. I've never really seen that happen to a character, or like a major character in a show before, where there is actual slow sort of, I don't want to say descent, because it's not like, but like, a disease takes over and it's hard to watch, and it's again uncomfortably real. I have had to deal with that in my family. I know you guys have had to deal with stuff like that. Like, it's hard to watch them slowly lose the mind like that. And you know what I mean? I love that. I love the idea that this guy who used to run North Jersey, you know what I mean, is big and bad, Uncle June, just like shriveled up, if that makes any sense. I think that is a very powerful visual, very powerful character arc for a mob boss. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Junior, he's, again, he didn't make my top 15 characters. I don't dislike Junior. I don't dislike Junior at all. And I will say I probably liked him. This isn't obviously. I liked him less and less as the show continued, because of the fact that he was losing his mind. You know what I mean? So there's not any like malice behind my feeling. It's just some fact. You know what I mean? As horrifically funny as Junior saying some weird la-di-da line where he can't remember where he is, as funny as that is, again, horrifically. I much prefer like a season 1 where he's getting manipulated by Livia, because I love Junior in season 1. But I feel like he is a really good character. I think I said this before. I feel like characters like Junior, like AJ, like Meadow, they're almost like thankless roles. You know what I mean? Where they're not really supposed to be the main character. They're not really supposed to like be presented as the main character. They're not supposed to be your favorite character, if that makes any sense. They're there to support everyone else. And obviously they go through their own arc, and they have poignant parallels or character arcs, or they have important stories, but I mean, their storylines are always connected to someone else, if that makes sense. And I feel like in that aspect, I may be underrating them slightly, or specifically Junior. I feel like on a rewatch, Junior might be one of the biggest risers on my favorite characters ranking. I feel like I would like him even more. But again, the actor was incredible. I know the actor's name, but I don't want to say it, Alex, in the 1% chance that I get it wrong. I don't want to look stupid, but the actor's name was incredible in the role, because it's a really hard, that is a really hard role to do. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know what I mean, with Tony and Carmelo, or like those roles, like, they're hard, obviously, but something about like playing a character that like loses their mind, like that's difficult to do. So absolute props to him. Again, I mentioned the beautiful connection, parallel, and juxtaposition with Tony and Chris and AJ throughout the show. So I'm not going to talk about that right now. I've probably spent a combined like 10 hours on my YouTube channel speaking about those three characters in relation to each other. But I do just want to give a shout out to Chris real quick. Obviously, there is an argument to be made that he is the best written character of the show. Him and Tony and Carmela and AJ, I would also say. Those are probably like four of my top five like best written characters. I thought that Imperioli did such a phenomenal job, man. Again, I know I shouted him out in after Kendi and Heidi, but I want to double down on that. Like, I really, really, really enjoyed his role, and it sucks that he had to leave. 3 episodes before the end. Not as in like he physically had to be written out. It's just as in he was gone by episode 18. Who could say no to more Chris? He's it's not that he's a great guy. It's just that he's entertaining. But I absolutely loved him in the show. I do want to mention that I think I spoke about in the beginning of the reaction. I want to mention the opening real quick too. Again, a quick 20 seconds. One of the greatest openings in TV history. Sets such a role. I'm sure people have done it, and I'm sure people do it on a normal day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? Drive by this all the time. But at some point in my life, I need to take that exact route. You know what I mean? I need to do that just to see, just to feel. So again, huge compliments to the opening. The music throughout the show, incredible. Absolutely S tier. You know what I mean? I feel like they did such a good job at knowing when to use what music. And how do I say this? Making a show, making a singular scene, making a piece of dialogue is a lot of work. Like, it takes a lot of work to make it quality. Especially setting the vibe. And I feel like some shows like that underutilize music, like they spend a lot of time just setting the vibe. Sopranos knows that like just one singular shot and a song like immediately puts you in the mood of you know what's going on, or you know how you're supposed to feel. So I think that this show did a really good job at that. The cinematography throughout the show was absolutely incredible. Again, this is I foreshadowed. I warned about this part of the discussion probably like 50 minutes ago or something, but like this is my sort of basic necessities sort of thing where it's one of the greatest shows of all time. It has all these things. The cinematography was great, and it's something that I definitely complimented the fact that it got even better the last couple seasons. So props to that. Again, just quick short rambling on it because I've spoken so much about it, and I spoke a lot about it last episode because I felt that and knew that that was probably going to be Melfi's last episode, and I talked about how much I love Melfi and how much I love the therapy. But those scenes are so good. This is a mafia show. It's a gangster show, but that part of the story was my third favorite part. My two favorite parts of the story by far was Tony and his family, specifically Carmela related, and the therapy scenes with Melfi. I thought that Tony and therapy scenes are so legendary for me. Like, so legendary for me. And first of all, in any piece of media, therapy scenes are amazing. Okay? Specifically something like a Mr. Robot. You know what I mean? One of my absolute favorite shows of all time, which I watch for the channel. Well, it's still airing at this point, but I've been done it for like 6 months or something like that. 5 months, 6 months. The therapy scenes in that are incredible, but again, as I spoke about my rankings earlier, I like Mr. Robot significantly better than The Sopranos. No disrespect to The Sopranos at all, but even then, the therapy scenes in The Sopranos are better than Mr. Robot's, and that's saying something because Mr. Robot has some crazy things in him. But I'm talking about just in terms of like consistent episode to episode therapy scenes. Like there have been certain episodes of The Sopranos in which we probably have like 3 or 4 minute therapy scenes, combined in one singular episode, and they don't get anything like that. They don't get boring, or they don't get redundant or anything like that. Now, I will say I feel like purposefully done. It's called out, or it's just sort of meant to highlight the fact that this therapy isn't really helping Tony. The last couple seasons, the therapy did start to feel a little repetitive, but I feel like that's very much done on purpose. And not repetitive isn't like I want to turn off the TV, but just like a, oh my God, Tony, we know what you're gonna say, and we know how you're gonna react, and we know that you're not gonna do anything about it. You're not gonna respond the way you should respond. So you know what I mean? I feel like it's almost like the therapy scenes are like a purgatory for us. We're like a third party watching, and we're just like stuck and screaming like, please do something. And no, it's not. It's not how it works. But I'm still thinking about that ending, man. Still thinking about that ending. That yeah. So what would they have, like an out of body experience, or like a like is he back in purgatory? Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, it probably was purgatory in the first couple episodes of the season, but like, is he like just watching himself do that? No, do that. Is he just watching himself die? Is it like on? Like I don't know. I feel like that'd be the only thing I can even think of. You know what I mean? Like, because again, I am getting that right. Like he walks into the restaurant and then he teleports himself over on the other side wearing a different set of clothes. So I think that to me signifies either him watching or him, again, maybe even looking through the eyes of Meadow. You know what I mean? Who I assume walks in and watches her. That's horrifying to think about too. She, her walking in and she watches her father get shot. Man, yeah, I'm assuming right hand, pop right to the head. Man, what a show! What a show, man! Oh, is that gonna be it? Is that gonna be it? I will say, I gotta talk to her. I don't know where exactly she is in the show, but I'm gonna make sure that Dace, well, again, she wants to. I'm not gonna force her. You know what I mean? But I know that Dace has been also watching in her spare time. I really do want her to make a little post in the comments. I might pin it, just to give her some of her opinions if she has anything she wants to share or just wants to say hi to you guys. I know that, like I said, I know that she's been keeping up. I don't know exactly where she is, but you know, I definitely want that to happen if possible, if she's in the mood to do that. I love the show. I loved watching it with you guys. Again, I'm a small YouTube channel right now. I would hope to, not be Mr. Beast or anything like that, but like I would hope to be more successful in the future. And to me, this feels like the first successful thing I've done on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like when I started YouTube, it was Sopranos, House of the Dragon, One Piece, and Monster, and those other three shows were not popular at all, to be quite honest. Monster was decent, but House of the Dragon and especially One Piece was like nothing. It's doing better now, but for that reason, The Sopranos is always going to be so connected in my heart. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not just talking about because it's an amazing show or the characters or anything like that, but like this was the first experience of watching something on YouTube. This was the first experience talking to random strangers, hello strangers, online about, you know what I mean, a show that I'm watching or seeing my reaction to it. And I really liked it. You know what I mean? I'm going to be quite honest. Again, I really hope that this is successful, and I want to keep doing this for a decent amount of time. But if The Sopranos got like 0 views the first time, like I don't know if I'd be doing it right now. I don't know if I'd continue. If all 4 of my first 4 starting shows got 0 views, I might have been very discouraged. But I was lucky enough to fall into a great community. Obviously it shrunk as the series went on, but that's just how ratings work in pretty much every show or every YouTube series of all time. And I know you guys miss Dace too, but you got to just keep going. But yeah, I'm really appreciative of you guys sticking around with me and watching this and listening to my stupid theories or my great reactions. I don't know, whichever one you want to classify it as. I really appreciate you guys for being there. Again, by the time this comes out, months before this came out, there would have been a poll to find the replacement show for The Sopranos. Well, I'm actually, spoiler alert, I'm going to film that later this day. There's a lot of great options on there. I don't know which one's going to win. I hope that you guys voted for whatever show you wanted to win in the poll. I hope you guys picked the show. Again, there's a lot of heavy hitters like Mad Men or Twin Peaks is on there. A lot of shows. So I am very excited to see which one continues. Again, you guys are such big Sopranos fans. I would hope that, well, I know that most of the people voting in the poll would be Sopranos fans. So whichever show you guys do end up picking, I know is going to be epic and amazing and whatever. So, again, just to repeat, in a couple days is going to be the Many Saints of Newark movie. And again, I don't have any expectations. In fact, Many Saints of Newark might be the first video in which I open up with, I expect this to be absolutely terrible, but I'm going to watch it. So, you know what I mean? The expectations are not super high. I've heard that it's a cash grab. I've heard many negative things. But I'm going to watch it. If it's Sopranos related, I'm going to watch it. Same as if they, I don't know, if in 2 years they come out with some Paulie spinoff. Some stupid Paulie spinoff. I'd be like, I'll watch it. You know what I mean? I'm not going into it with the expectation that's the greatest thing of all time. I think, again, to sidetrack, I think that's one of the reasons why Better Call Saul's an excellent show, because it over-delivers on the expectations. You think, well, a spinoff show with a goofy lawyer, and then it's amazing. You know what I mean? But I have to watch anything connected to this universe, even if I expect it to be bad. So, look forward to that, or not look forward to that in the next couple days. But a week from today, well, I'm sorry, I made the same mistake last episode too. I'm pretty sure these videos air Tuesday, Saturday, as of right now. I think for the entirety of season 6, it was Tuesday, Saturday uploads for Sopranos. Starting next week, it's going to be Wednesday, Saturday for the new show that replaces The Sopranos. It's going to be 2 episodes a week, so stay tuned. Look forward to that. Please, I think that's it. Again, I could probably sit down and come up with like a 5-hour video essay and pick apart every single episode or storyline or piece of dialogue or piece of foreshadowing or character arc. I could probably do that, but that's not what these videos are. These are very off the cuff, rambly, yappy. And I think I talked about everything major. Again, I really like that episode. Probably like top 20, top 25 of the show. One of the all-time great endings. Like I said, probably top 3 for me, bare minimum top 5. I absolutely loved it. That cut to black. That, oh my god. Am I ever gonna see Don't Stop Believing the same from now on? Anytime I hear that song for the rest of my life, and let me tell you what, you hear Don't Stop Believing a lot in your life. I'm gonna immediately think of that scene and cut to black. But I think that's gonna be it. Again, I'm really appreciative if you guys are watching. Please, in the comments, tell me everything. Tell me your favorite episodes. Tell me your favorite characters. Tell me your favorite dialogues. Give me quotes. I know, is it Jose Ortega, I believe? Give me your quotes. I want to hear your quotes. All you regulars in the comments. I'm not gonna. I don't know. A good YouTuber probably would have thrown them up on the screen just as a shout out. But please, drop all your comments. I really want to see you guys talk at least one more time for the channel. Everyone on Patreon who joined to see my full-length reactions for Sopranos, I really appreciate you. Obviously, whenever you're watching this, whether it's 2 years or 5 years, there's a 99% chance that all the episodes are still up on my Patreon, $10 a month. So check it out if you're interested. Again, I want your rankings. I want your everything. I want your opinions. Give me all the details, the pieces of foreshadowing, the symbolism. I want everything you guys give me. What does the cat mean? What does the cat mean? What does the cat mean? Give me everything, guys. I've been holding on. I've been yapping for too long. I think that's going to be it. I really appreciate you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys for watching me watch one of my favorite shows of all time. So, I can't... The final thing I do want to say, like I said, probably my 9th favorite show of all time. It has so much potential to go even higher on a rewatch or two rewatches. I'm probably... I need to get other social media for the channel. Like Instagram I have it. I've made Instagram. No, I've made accounts on social media for this channel, but I don't really use it. I need to join it because I want to update you guys. You know what I mean? Like when I eventually rewatch The Sopranos, I'm either gonna do like a YouTube post or like an Instagram thing that just posts, hey guys, I rewatched it. It's just as good. You know what I mean? Hey, it rose up my ranks a little bit. So I look forward to that if you're a longtime viewer or you plan on sticking around for a long time, or even you found this reaction series for the first time. Sorry, you found this reaction series for the first time like 5 years later after this is posted. Whatever you want, but go check up on my opinions. But I finally think that's it. I'm sorry for yapping for so long. If there's anyone who watched that entire thing, I'm so sorry you had to hear my voice and you had to hear me cough and drink water 20 times. But again, I think that's going to be it. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. If you enjoyed my Sopranos reactions, if you liked any of the Sopranos videos, even just one, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. It really helps me out. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm a grifter or anything like that, but I do put a lot of hard work into editing these episodes. So again, a subscription really does help. But I think that's gonna be it. I am very appreciative of you guys watching The Sopranos with me. I feel like I need to end it with like a really poignant quote or something. What should I end it with? You fucking whoas. Is that? I don't know. I didn't. What is it? He was gay, Gary Cooper. I know you guys are gonna help me in the comments. Drop the absolute best finite ending quote. Maybe I just say don't stop believing. Don't stop believing. Don't give up on your dreams. I don't know. That's it. I love you guys. I'll see you next week for a new show. You guys have a good one.